So in the history of the state of Washington, they've never convened a grand jury, and as a result, they've never followed the constitutional procedures. However, here in the state of Florida, you guys permit your prosecuting attorneys to prosecute by way of information at the prosecutor's discretion, and unfortunately, that's not acceptable because you can't allow discretion to be applicable for a constitutional right, because otherwise then that allows for the prosecutor to be able to pick and choose who gets the right and who doesn't, and that would make it an equal protection issue in violation of the 14th Amendment. So that's all documented right here in this document. The justices will absolutely 100% understand what I'm saying, and I hope that they'll take that information and then just direct the judicial officers to act in a lawful manner.
Okay, give me just 1 second.
Thank you so much.
Hey, Chris, or Mark, can you come help for a minute? Sure. I'm not sure what to do with this.
Let me grab my glasses real quick.
Okay. I was gonna get Christy, but.
What can we do?
So we have a federal case. It's with the United States Supreme Court. The state of Florida is not party to it, right? But unfortunately, the state of Florida's got some elements that they need to address, and we hope that we can get it addressed before having to bring it into any further litigation. So we're providing notice to a number of different states, including the state of Florida. I think there's 32 that we're doing, and we've almost finished. We have 8 left. But we need the judicial officers, your principal, to understand that as of right now, there's a number of constitutional violations that are occurring by the judicial officers. We want them to just ask to get them corrected. Just correct the judicial officers, direct them to act in a lawful manner, and then and then we can avoid any further litigation. But so.
Can I see what you have?
Absolutely, yeah. So this is a criminal affidavit. It's from an individual here that was charged by way of information, not by indictment, by a grand jury, as required by Clause 1 of Amendment 5 to the United States Constitution. And so the state of Florida.
Are you an attorney representing this person?
I am the advocate that will be speaking at the and handling the litigation at the United States Supreme Court. So
I mean, all I can say is, without having a case here, and this is a federal case, so we obviously don't have any jurisdiction over a federal case.
You don't. But my point is that the judicial officers here in the state of Florida, what they're doing is unconstitutional. It's wrong, and we would like the your principal, the Supreme Court, to direct their agents to act in a lawful manner. That's what this is about. So this is.
When you say judicial agents, you mean talking about judges?
The judges, yes.
All right. So have you gone through the JQC at all? Because they're the ones that.
No. So this is a kind of a touchy issue because this affects a lot of people. There's roughly 700,000 people currently in prison in the United States of America that didn't receive an indictment by a grand jury, despite the fact that it's required by Clause 1 of Amendment 5. That's a big deal. And so this is a touchy subject for the whole judiciary, but we're not going to stop. We're going to bring it forward, and we're going to make it.
The best I could do with this is take it from you and give it to the Chief Justice, and then just let him do what he wants to do.
And that's all we're asking. I mean, honestly, that's all we're asking. Or is it going to be ex parte, or is it going to be correspondence? I'm just curious how you guys.
I mean, we'll just deliver to his office, and then however they want to handle it.
Okay. Yeah, and that's all that we can ask for. Hopefully, they'll certainly understand, but hopefully, they'll recognize and they'll say, yeah, this is wrong. We need to do things right. And if that's the case, then awesome. We can move forward, and everybody can be happy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Do you need anything else from us?
No.
Take a copy or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
It's been delivered. Thank you.
We'll take it. Yep. Thank you.
God bless. Your name is Mark?
Yeah, Mark.
What was your name, ma'am?
Oh, Katie.
Kate? Okay. Thank you guys so much. God bless.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Oh, that's right. So this has been provided on the state of Florida on behalf of the Lambo family for deprivation rights under the code of law, conspiracy to private rights, kidnapping, other crimes is ascertainable by the evidence on record. So let's see what Florida is going to do. That guy was pretty nice about it, and it sounds like he's gonna do at least the right thing. Give it to the Chief Justice, and that's the best we can do. We want to give these guys an opportunity to make the right decision. That's we all need to do that. So power is not a gun. It's not a badge. It's not a title. Power is the ability to influence others in their future decisions. And so I think that we spent enough time on this issue, and we raised this issue to the point that maybe we can finally influence some of these people to think that they need to do the right thing. So I'm still optimistic that they'll change and that they'll start doing things right. But let's see. So thank you so much. God bless. Good morning. We're in Tallahassee, Florida, capital. We just provided a service over at the Florida State Supreme Court on behalf of the Lambo family for crimes of deprivation of rights under federal law, conspiracy to deprive of rights, kidnapping, and other crimes as ascertainable by the evidence on record. So, when a state chooses to enact its own alternative legislation and then substitutes that for the provisions guarantees of the Constitution, that would be an unconstitutional act. The states do not create laws that are more powerful than the Supreme Court, than the Supreme Law of the country, the Constitution of the United States. So, since the Constitution is the Supreme Law, then ordinary legislation, state legislation, cannot supersede it. So when the Constitution of the United States says in Clause 1 of Amendment 5 to the United States Constitution that no person shall be held to answer for capital or otherwise infamous crime unless on presentment or indictment of the grand jury, then when the state of Florida enacts its own inferior law that states that a prosecuting attorney can charge by information or indictment by their discretion, that would be an unconstitutional law. Because first off, you cannot apply discretion with regard to one's obligations. The Constitution of the United States creates the obligations, and those obligations are to be adhered to. So if they permit the prosecutor to use their discretion, then that would be abuse of discretion because they're using their discretion abusively to violate the law, to violate the terms of the contract that they are into, a violation or affirmation. So that's the first issue. The second issue is that prosecuting attorneys, they can't pick and choose who gets it right and who doesn't get it right. That would be an equal protection issue, and yet that's what happens. So if the prosecuting attorney can say, "Oh, this guy, he's going to get an indictment by a grand jury, but this guy is not," then obviously that would be a violation of the 14th Amendment's Equal Protection Clause. No state shall create any law that does not provide equal protection of the law. So anytime that a law only affects one side of society and not another, that would be an equal protection issue. So we have a number of different issues that comes from this indictment issue, but nonetheless, the states have no power or right to be able to create a law that would abridge the privileges and immunities of United States citizens guaranteed by the Constitution of the United States. So, a moment ago, when we provided service, you guys will see that the clerk of court, the deputy clerk of court there, Mark, he said he's going to take it to the Chief Justice, give it to him. He doesn't know what else to do with it, and that's exactly what I want them to do. It's exactly what I want them to do, because the Chief Justice is in charge of every single judicial officer within the state of Florida. He's the top guy. The question is what is that top guy going to do when he learns, whether he knew it or not, when he learns that every one of his agents are breaking the law under his authority, his watch? You know, so I can't prevent them from exercising their power. Like, I can't do that. They have power, they're going to do it or not do it. What we can do is we can show them that should they choose to exercise their power without lawful authority, then that's going to make them a criminal. It's going to make them a traitor. And so this is exactly what I want them to do. I just want to go to the top officer and say, what do you want to do about this? Because he gets to make that decision. Now, we can't prevent him from making the decision, but if he chooses to do nothing about it, we got our answer. It's not going to be the one we want, but at least we got the answer. So, you know, if we can't get the judicial officers to act in a lawful, appropriate manner without being destructive and completely unlawful, then I don't know what else we're going to do. You know, we live in a society here where we have to rely upon each other, have faith in each other. So for justice to work, for the American system to work, I have to have faith in you to make the right decision and do the right thing. You have to have faith in me to make the right decision and do the right thing. We must have faith in the judge to make the right decision and do the right thing. And then we all must have faith in the system to make the right decision. That's where justice comes from. But if I can't trust you to do what you should do that's in the best interest of the party and the event, then there is no justice. I have to trust you. I have to have faith in you. And I still have faith in America. I still have faith in these officers. I don't believe that any one of them came in this position to be a criminal. I don't think any one of them came in to destroy America. But the great philosopher Nietzsche, he said those who fight monsters should see to it in the process they don't become a monster. Justice is the monster today, but they're the monster because all they see every single day is evil. And these judges, they just over and over and over again. And so now, that's all they see. That's all they believe in. But I think that they're better than that. And I do think that they can still be honorable. We're going to find out here. Because if the top judge in the state of Florida, if he can't act honorably, then he will not require any of his judges to act honorably. And again, I don't know what we're going to do then. But it could be destructive. And I don't want to be a part of that. But I love this country, and I want to see this country be successful. But it's not going to happen with the destruction of people, with the continual breakdown of the familial unit, with the robbing and profiting off their illegal acts. This is not going to make America great. It's not going to improve anything. And so, let's see what happens here. That's all I can say is that Mark did the right thing. Clerk of court over here in the state of Florida, he did the right thing. He's going to take that to the top officer and say, to the top judicial officer and say, what do you want to do about this? Because that's the question we have to ask. That's the same question I have for the justices at the Supreme Court. You know, what do you guys want to do about this? What do you want to do about this rampant, violation of the laws, the foundational laws, the very laws that your institution was created in order to support, defend, and protect, and yet you've become willful accomplices in the destruction of it. So, what we're doing is we're going to ask the court, Supreme Court, to step up, discharge the duties of their office, fulfill the promises that they made to the people of the state of Florida, and protect them from criminals that are working for them in their office. So let's see what happens here. I'm optimistic, guys. I still believe in America. I still believe we can get through this. So let's see what the justice has, what he decides to do here. Thank you so much. God bless.
My